Would you like to know how you can create a sustainable online business? Very good, you came to the right place. Hey, what's good, Enterprisers? It's Jason Lago here again with Always Enterprise. And in this video, I want to share with you how you can create a sustainable online business. All right, now it's no secret that obviously if you want to be in business, you want to be in business for the long term. Okay, it's not something where you just want to be able to make a few bucks here and there. If you truly want to build a career, build an enterprise, build a true business, you have to be able to build something that is sustainable, something, of course, that will last over time. And the only way that you do this is, again, to treat it like an enterprise, to treat it like a business wherein it's an undertaking. It's going to require some big moves. It's going to require some action, some work, some tweaks, and some terms. But ultimately, you can iron out a process that really will provide itself to being a sustainable online business for you. That process is called the customer acquisition process. And it doesn't matter whether your business is online or offline, but for the sake of this discussion, we're going to focus on the online aspect of things, all right? But with that said, let's go ahead and dive right in. How do you create this customer acquisition process that allows you to have a sustainable online business? Number one is traffic, all right? Traffic. Traffic is kind of the lifeblood of all internet marketing and all of the internet business, right? And the reason for that is because traffic literally equals leads, all right? Leads is the lifeblood of any business in whatever facet it is, whether it's online or offline. Leads is ultimately the building block of all of the marketing. Okay, if you don't have leads, you don't have conversions. If you don't have conversions, you don't have sales. If you don't have sales, you don't have money, right? And you won't be in business for very long. So at the very, very core, you need to get good at generating traffic. And there are ways to do it. There's free methods, there's paid methods. I've done videos on this channel before, kind of outlining the two and what I prefer. But it really just depends on you and what you prefer. And you need to make sure that whatever it is, you need to be consistent about it. And that's kind of the most important thing as regards to traffic. Me personally, I leaned more towards paid traffic because it's easier to make calculations, it's easier to scale, and I think it's faster. But whatever the case is and whatever you choose, just get good at generating quality traffic and make sure that you can do it on a consistent basis. If you can do it consistently, that in and of itself will help you become, or at least reach the stage of sustainability that you want in your business. Number two, conversion. I said it lastly in the last point that if you don't have leads, then you can't bother with conversion. So you can see how all of these things mesh together to create this customer acquisition process that lends itself to having a sustainable business. With that in mind, you cannot neglect how good it is, the importance of having a good conversion aspect to your sales process as well. All right, and conversion is just that. It's the ability to convert a lead, a prospect, into a subscriber, into a buyer, into a client, into a repeat business. That's what conversion is all about. So you need to make sure that your salesmanship is there. You need to make sure that your process for converting and also discarding and also screening the different types of traffic and leads that come in is very, very sharp. Okay, and this is something that is a skill that you have to hone and develop over time. But when you have it dialed in, it's great. All right, it's absolutely great, and it works itself out many, many times over. All right, one of the best ways to focus and have a good solid conversion process is to have a procedure wherein you lead with value. All right, where you're always providing good solid value so that when you make the jump from providing value to a solicitation and asking for a sale for an investment, it almost becomes a no-brainer on the side of the consumer. Because your value is so good, they have no problem giving up money, right? Parting with some funds, parting with some monetary investment because they know that the value was good. As a result of you delivering good solid value, when you ask for money in exchange for higher value, you've kind of set the bar, so high over here that it kind of becomes a no-brainer. That's one of the keys to conversion. And as long as you can consistently convert the good solid traffic that comes in, you won't worry about having sustainability in your business. Number three is scale. Scale. Right? The third part of this tripart conglomerate as far as the good customer acquisition process is that of scale. And all scale simply means is to make something bigger and better, right? It's basically to expand, okay? In other words, the leads that come in, you convert into sales, right? The next step is to sell them something else, to sell them usually something bigger and better, or sell them something more, right? That's what scale is all about. It's to start at a certain point and arrive at a higher, further point, okay? And in regards to business and internet marketing, usually that is by way of selling them something that costs a little bit more, obviously in return for fair value. okay? And as long as you have this, then you really do have a good solid customer acquisition process that can definitely sustain you in business, because you're not relying on just one hit sales from here and there. All right, so for instance, how this might look in all practicality in the online marketing world is that of a good solid sales funnel, wherein someone will come in as a subscriber, usually as a result of me offering some kind of a lead magnet. I've talked about this before in other videos. It's a freemium, it's a freebie, right? And they hop on my list as a result to get a piece of content or a piece of value that appeals to something that they want in their life, something they're looking to achieve in their life, or something that they're curious about on a pretty deep level. As they proceed through the sales funnel, okay, it's consistently laden with value. They might intersect a first point of purchase, a first point of transaction, where I'm offering them something for sale, again, along the lines of whatever it is that we've identified as something that they either have a need for or agreed for. At which point they purchase because we've provided value along the way. And then of course they enjoy the thing that they purchase, again, because it's also full of value. And the next step, of course, is the next sale, all right? It's an upsell or it's a profit multiplier. It could be, jumping from offering a home study course to a big mastermind, right? Or a home study course, a book, to a more of a done-for-you consulting or coaching program, something along those lines. But I think you get the point. The key is to have a solid customer acquisition process, a solid funnel, a solid machine that is working for you and in spite of you, which allows you to almost become hands-off, not completely. But these things can be done if you set them up properly. They can be done without your consistent involvement. And that is how you achieve true sustainability in your online business. It's when you can absolutely enact what's called the minus factor, or the subtraction factor, when you can step away and know that things are still getting done. Now, as a machine that even works very well, just like a machine, you need to make sure that you kick it once in a while, you give it a tune-up, you give it an update, you check it on it from once in a while. But ultimately, it's something where if everything is put in place and everything is built properly, you can hit a switch, turn it on, and you can count on it to do its job, whether you're standing there watching it or not. Hopefully this helps, my friend. This is all about the customer acquisition process, and hopefully these bits of information give you a little bit of insight as to how you should structure your business so that you can achieve ultimate sustainability for the long term in your business. This is Jason Ligo with Always Enterprise. I trust you got value from this. Please do give me a like, a subscribe, a heart, a share. Most importantly, make sure you subscribe. Also hit the notification bell so you don't miss on any more hot new content that I got coming down the pipe just for you. Jason Ligo with Always Enterprise. I'll see you next time. Take care and keep enterprising.